up, beautiful people? Today's video is all about owning your business, and I'm answering the question, should you start another Facebook page or Instagram page or social media for your business that is separate from your personal account? Now, I get this question all the time when people are starting a small business. They don't know if you should create another, page, or if you should just house everything on your personal page. It can be a little bit confusing. So if you are one of those people who are wondering, which route you should go, make sure you keep watching this video because I'm going to break down reasons why both can work and in what situations they work best. Okay, so reasons why you should create a separate account. Say your business is completely different than your personal brand. I think it is smarter to create an entirely new platform, okay? Especially if the target audience is completely different than the audience you currently have on your personal page. So for me, I have another business. It's called Black and Gold, and it is all about empowering Blacks and people in our community to strive toward their goals. And we do a lot with that. We sell merchandise, we do community work. And so it's very much an extension of what I believe in and all of the things that I stand for. But it needs its own house, and it's not necessarily a direct extension of me. I am not the face of Black and Gold. I'm the owner of Black and Gold. In the case that your business is not necessarily a direct extension of you, you are not the face of this business, and your audience on your current social channels are not the audience that you are targeting for this business, then I would recommend starting another page. A big thing too is if you are selling products. That can be a turnoff for people on your personal page. So if you are literally selling a product and you're going to be pushing that product out very aggressively, I would recommend housing that on a different page as well. So a lot of product-based businesses, I think they do a lot better when they have their own space. You can form your own content around those products, kind of create your own narrative for that business specifically, and it's kind of has nothing to do with you, okay? So now, when is it unnecessary to create a whole new page? I say it's unnecessary if the business is an extension of your personal brand. So say I start a podcast, or I started this YouTube channel, or I started Erin on Demand. Everyone already knew that I was the video girl. I was the girl who came up with creative ideas. I love being in front of the camera. So to make a whole new Instagram page just for, the launch of my business, which is already doing things that people already associate me with, just didn't make any sense. I actually kept my personal Instagram. I changed the name to Erin on Demand. It used to be Erin A. Winters, and then at one point it was Erin Winters TV when I was super into like being on the news and all that stuff. But I would say if it is a blog you're starting, or mainly a content-driven platform, I don't necessarily think it needs to have its own page. If you are, fresh in the game, just go ahead and kind of spruce up your current pages and have it housed on there, because you don't want to keep pushing people to follow this new page. It can be just a whole lot. It's also just not necessary if your target audience is pretty much the type of people that are already following you. You don't want to make them take another step to go to another profile for something that, it just makes sense to have on your personal page anyway. All right, so now that we got that out the way, in a nutshell, I say product-based businesses, anything that is completely separate from your personal brand, deserves its own page. If it is a really strong extension of your personal brand, if it is a blog or a very content-driven business that your followers probably can benefit from and would expect of you, it's fine to have it housed on your personal page, at least to begin with. And if it grows to a point where you want to have and transition it onto its own page, that is a-okay. Now, other things to consider. Don't underestimate the power of that personal connection if you do make the choice to create an entirely new page. People love to know who started the business, what their story is, what they look like, what they be wearing on Saturday night when they go out with their boo. You know, like, people love to know about your personal life. What are your goals? What are you, what are you into? Do you like Starbucks? Do you like Tim Hortons? Like, which one do you like better? Like, people like to know those things because those are major points of connection. And now people are really supporting businesses that they have more of an idea on the morale and just the type of person who owns it. So if you do create that separate page, it is still important for you to infuse some of the things that you are posting on your personal page as well. It's still important to have those elements of personality, of personal touch, and kind of incorporate that into your business page as well. The next thing to consider is that there is always ways to shift your personal brand into your business brand. So say your business isn't necessarily tied to what your personal brand is. So say you want to start a catering business and you currently just have your regular page. You can still use your story and show a picture of you in the kitchen. I don't know, something, a quick little video, and explain to people what this shift is. I've been passionate about cooking since I was 3 years old. I would be in the kitchen with my mama and she would teach me all of these recipes that she passed down, and now I'm just so ready to share them with you all. So in the future, you're going to be seeing a lot more cooking content, a lot more, food recipes, and just what it's like to be a chef, in the making. I don't know. But that is important to kind of create that narrative on your personal page so that your followers know that a shift is coming. This will either, one, let them know to unfollow you if they're uninterested in that, and that is good because it's going to target your page even more. Or two, it's going to get them excited to see the content that you're getting ready to share. So a lot of people don't like to post more of the businessy type stuff on their page because it doesn't get as many likes or doesn't get as many shares or whatever. But you have to realize that those people who are on your personal page are there because they know you. They like what you look like on Saturday night when you hanging out. They want to see your vacation pictures. They're not necessarily there looking for informational content. So you have to understand that when you do kind of take a shift, especially if you don't let them know ahead of time, it can be jarring to people if they've known you for something else and then you just automatically switch. So I find that sharing your story and constantly reworking that narrative, so you may use the same thing in a couple different posts that you post periodically. Like, don't just post it once and then let it expect everyone to have seen that. So if you kind of keep generating the same narrative but maybe slice it and dice it in a different way, that is a good way to shift your personal page into a more business branded page that may be something a little bit more unexpected. And then the last thing is that it's just preference, y'all. Like, it's really preference. If you are up for managing 2 pages, I mean, that takes a lot of work to post consistently on a business page or consistently on your personal page. Especially if they're closely linked, I find that it can be very difficult to decipher like which page should I post this on. So if it's more along the lines of they're 2 completely separate things, it can be easier because you have 2 different types of content. But it's really just a preference thing. If you can manage 2 pages, then go for it. But I know so many people who sign up for another page and they're not consistent with it, or it just doesn't need to even be a separate page because it's such a close extension of their already personal brand. So there you have it, guys. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you have a little bit more clarity on whether you should create a new page or not, and just keep your personal thing going, girl, and just, spice it up a little bit. Maybe take some different types of pictures, add some better captions, and really start to captivate your audience in a way that you may not have been doing before. All right, y'all, it's time to get up out of here. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below on whether or not you made a separate account for your business. Oh, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. I upload every Wednesday, and I'm trying to upload on Sundays too, but we're gonna keep working on that. And I'm very active in the comments, so make sure you comment below. All right, you guys, I will see you on the next one. Peace.